Hi, everybody. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed your extra day off. The weather wasn't the best because we had quite a bit of rain, but I hope you just enjoyed an extra day where you were able to hang out and not worry about work for an extra day. So, the work that I'm going to go over for this week, I'll create videos like I did last week and post one video each day. Again, you are welcome to use the videos either to do the activities along with me, or you can use the videos if you've already completed the work to check your work and see if we've got the same answers. Today's activity is going to be about measuring buildings. So we are going to be measuring these tall buildings using our graph, and then we're going to answer some questions about the graph down below at the bottom. So we're going to go through and measure some of these buildings, all of the buildings, and then we'll use that information that we get, the data from it, to answer questions about the graph. So when I get a graph question or an activity where there's a graph, the first thing that I like to do, sorry, I'm going to flip forward so you can see more of it all at once. Okay. The first thing that I like to do is I like to go through and I like to measure all of whatever it is, either if it's just lines, here it's buildings, and write the numbers above it so that when I go to answer my questions, I'm not going back up to see what how tall it is or the measurement or the data that I'm getting from it. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go in and we'll look at the first one. So building A, if I want to see how tall building A is, I'm going to go all the way up to where it stops. And I'm going to bring my finger over to see what number that falls on, and that would be 6. And here they don't tell if it's 6 feet, 6 inches. It's a building, so I would say it's really tall in real life. But on our purpose for this activity, you go all the way to the top. I like to bring my finger over so that I can make sure I see where the number is at. So this building is at the 6. So either up here, or down below. You could put the numbers down below if you wanted to see them. Wherever you have to write the information, sometimes when you have a graph, there's information down here, so it might be best to write up top. Whatever works best for you, but I do like to measure them and write it down. That way I don't have to go back and remeasure if I forget. So I'm going to go over here to B. I'm going to go all the way up to the top. If I bring my finger over, that one would end at the 10. Building C, going over, that one is at the 4. Building D, 8. Building E, good, that goes to the 3. Building F, I'm going to try not to go over my number. That one stops at the 5. And then building G, well, to the 7. So you can see by writing it at the top, I can quickly, if I said, hey, how tall is building D? You just have to jump over and say 8. How about building B? 10. If you write your information when you're using a graph, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to look at the information versus if I said, how tall is building D? And if it wasn't there, you would have to go back and remeasure it. So causing you some more steps. So whenever you have a graph, go in and look at the information and write the data down that you can gather from it if you're measuring. Okay, so now we're going to use the numbers that we have here from where we measured our buildings, and we're going to go in and answer some questions about the building measurements. So number 1 says, the tallest building is. Well, we can see the tallest one is B. Okay. Now, here it could go either way. They didn't say, you could take it either way. You could say the tallest building is B or the tallest building is 10, right? Because we are doing measurements. So here, they didn't say how tall is building B or how tall is the tallest building. They just want to know the tallest building. So the tallest building is B, but we can also put the 10 in there because we do know it's 10. 10 inches, 10 feet, whatever it is they use in measurement. This graph did not tell us what they were measuring in. So down here we could put B, and we can kind of put a little dash and put 10 there. So we know that building B was 10. The shortest building, we can see it's this one right here because this has the smallest number at 3, so it's the shortest, and that is building E. So I could put E, and you could put your D for your little dash for 3. All right, for the next ones, you're going to have to do, you can't just look at the graph and get an answer. You're going to have to do some addition or subtraction depending on what it says to us. So I'm going to read it. So number 3 says building blank. Well, okay, building blank is shorter than building C. Okay, so they want just a building number here. So when I look at it, here is C, and I need to know what building is shorter than C. Well, it's not A, definitely not B, not D. This building E is shorter than building C because it's smaller. Okay. Building blank is taller than building D. And we could look at it, and building D was 8, and I need something that's taller than 8. You can visually see that the building B is, and I make sure that that's correct because building B was 10. So we could put B, or building B is taller than building D. Okay, and you can see I got down here. All right, so buildings blank, blank, and blank are shorter than building A. So I need to have 3 buildings here that are shorter than building A. Okay, so here's building A. I need 3 buildings that are shorter. C, E, I'm going to keep going, and F. So there's your work for this one, and they probably were not looking for numbers on there, looking at the other question. So B, E, building E, building B, building C, E, and F. So there's your little activity for measuring your buildings.